For a warning, you're going to jail for resisting arrest. Stand up.
If I could,
Okay, roll over.
I can't even fucking feel my mind.
Tuck your knee in.
Yeah, I can't.
Listen, you gotta sit up on your butt.
Slam my head to the ground.
Sit up on your butt.
I can't even hear. Yes, you can. He slammed my fucking face to the ground.
Sit up on your butt. Stand up.
I'm being short traffic signals. It's for recording. Thank you. Short traffic signals. Slam me to the ground. Everything. Everything. I hope y'all feel it.
They saw everything.
And I'm so glad to take you to the galaxy. So that I know you what you did. You did, man. I really think everything you want to. I'm not talking to you. You don't have to. You don't have to.
2547 County. Send me a person available for arrest.
Do not let Sandra Bland die in vain. You heard what she said. I can't wait to get to court. That means Ms. Bland knows that there were some things that could happen there after that traffic stop.
It's okay if you stand down. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're soft. It means you're smart. Okay? Use your heads.
Sometimes it's better just to go through the motions and then afterwards take the necessary steps to rectify the situation. So, in the event you're stopped by a law enforcement officer, I would suggest just comply. Just comply. And then afterwards, use those resources. You want to make a complaint, go to any station in the city of Detroit. Every police officer is bound and has to take a complaint.
The Black Lives Matter Forum, it was really inspirational and it helped kids learn more about what you should do during an interaction with a police officer. Because with the Sandra Bland case, he didn't really get hostile till she started to not obey what he was saying. So it's like you should always comply and sue later, as they said.
I feel like today was really insightful. We really got honest opinions. Like, I wouldn't say it's the opinion that we wanted to hear, but it was what we needed to hear.
The Black Lives Matter Forum was a great program for our school. I think it should be in more schools so more students can learn their rights and learn how to approach situations when they're pulled over by the cops or have any encounters with the police.
All things are lawful, but not all things are advantageous. What that really means is, although you may have the right to do something, it may not be smart to do something.
I believe that today was very insightful and that I believe that this should be implemented into more schools because the information that they provided today was very helpful.
I feel like the Black Lives Matter Forum was very informative for the students. I feel like it enlightened students on certain things that they didn't know about their rights.
So I thought today was really productive, and it shows us how much work that the system needs. That, not just like we need to protest and all that, but we really need to go to the courthouse and we need to make these changes. Like
Black Lives Matter. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Bring the power, bring the energy, bring the truth of your lived experience, because no one knows what it's like to live in your skin, to walk in your shoes, and to have to encounter what you have to encounter. And it is your truth that is going to transform how we see policing, what safety looks like, what protection looks like, and what our criminal justice system looks like.
I think the Black Lives Matter movement is really important because all lives matter, but our lives, Black lives, are really being targeted. So we really need to know our worth and that this is not okay.
I feel that just because it is called the Black Lives Matter Forum doesn't mean that we're only talking about Black lives. We're talking about all lives, but that's what the movement is called.
I feel like they really explained how Black Lives Matter does not mean that Black people are the only ones that should be cared about or the only ones that should receive attention. No, every life matters. Just that the movement itself is called Black Lives Matter. That does not mean we move only for Blacks, but we move for everyone.
So Black Lives Matter is actually a self-love movement. And while we do talk about police brutality, that is not the sole focus. We are a total organization, and we want everyone to know that every Black life matters.
And I just felt like there was a lot of information to take in, but it was good information. And
I'll use it just in case if I get racially profiled by the police.
My demonstration here in a minute is going to just show a little insight, not to try and say, oh, this caper was justified, that caper was justified. What I'm trying to do is trying to just show a little bit of insight in law enforcement training and how difficult decision-making and use of force can be. And it's a simple demonstration that can show that. And it doesn't matter if you're black or white or Hispanic or an alien. We all have human dynamics that come into play in tense situations.
But you have to also be reasonable and think sometimes in the minds of a police officer. And we just did a demonstration out here in front, and over and over after you all started seeing more often, the moment he put his finger up, or the moment he had his finger as if it was a gun, what'd you all do?
Clap.
Clap.
One officer did a demonstration on what officers have to go through when thinking of a decision, and that gave me an insight on what they go through and how hard it is to make a decision at a fast pace.
Some of the information that they said was very useful, and I liked how they had a demonstration of how when you're approached with an armed person and you're a police officer, how do you react and how fast are you supposed to react? And yeah, it was a lot of good information.
Black on black crime is a small proportion to white on white crime. But yet, we want to exploit our society by saying that all we focus on is black on black crime. Listen, let me tell you about the Black Lives Matter movement. All lives does matter. But your life is the one that's being targeted like it doesn't matter.
Can I search your living room? Can I search your bedroom? Can I search your car? As soon as you say yes, a police officer can search. So even if you don't think there's a reason for them to be searching, if you say yes, they automatically can. Anything they find in that search is allowable evidence. So if you don't want something to be searched, you say no. There still might be a reason for a police officer to search, but as soon as you say yes, they're allowed.
The courts have said you have less privacy in your car than in your house. So if you get pulled over for a traffic stop, like Sandra Bland, I don't know if you guys have seen the Sandra Bland video, after the officer arrested her and put her in the back of the car, they went back to her car and searched her entire car after they arrested her. That's because you have less of an expectation of privacy in your car. Yeah.
Okay, so the Black Lives Matter program was really good. It taught me a lot of stuff with police about warrants and what to do, and that I don't have to let them search my car. I think them going around to different classrooms is really good.
I'm also an escort for the MSU Law School, so I go around, take them to classes, and they do presentations, and they were also very informative for the students because they asked a lot of questions. They talked about Miranda rights, what to do if you get pulled over, and how to properly handle situations of being profiled racially against an officer.
It made me interested to want to go and learn more on my own. So I appreciated it. It was well needed, and I'm thankful of it. Black lives do matter. In fact, all lives matter, but ours is the one that's being targeted. Shout out to Brother One. Today we had an event called Black Lives Matter Forum. We had judges, we had attorneys, we had Black Lives Matter advocates, we had white officers, we had black officers, but we had students. The whole auditorium, about 1,000 students, were in attendance for this dialogue discussion discussing police brutality, Miranda rights, how to address an officer, what to comply to, how to find seizures, frisk and seizures, and more importantly, what to do when an officer approaches you and you don't know what to say. And clap it up and down. Bam, we out.